Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Thanks for all the help. Shkoyach. Live from Ramat Bet Shemesh. Shkoyach for coming. We have a few guests. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? You were here, but you're still a guest. What's your name? Shia Podesh. From? Retired. Shalom Aleichem. We have Rocky. Just walked in. And what's your name, tzaddik? Leiby Folger from Borough Park? Muncie. It's either Borough Park or Muncie. Shalom Aleichem. Shkoyach for coming. So, it could be it's my last year here. It could be not. My flight was already delayed by 9 hours. I was supposed to leave tonight. That's not. Eliyahu Jacob, Boisai. Are we disturbing you? Are you supposed to be? Really? Yeah. Eliyahu Jacobs is one of the Avrechim the Koil. I think, is this your first year here? Mm-hmm. So usually you learn at this spot where you are till about 4 o'clock. So you can get up and go at 4. So you've been here since the morning, since 9 o'clock. Wow. So since you're here, there's this famous story that I always say over about you, that on Purim, how many years ago was it? 3 years ago? 3 years ago, I gave you a bonus. I gave all the guys in the Koil, gave them a bonus. I gave you a bonus. I gave you an envelope. It was basically all the money that people sent in to donate to the Koil. And I asked you, I gave it to you. So you said, can I please guess what's inside? So I said, okay, it's a weird thing. I have some weird guys in the Koil. No, not too many. So, okay, fine, guess. So you guessed the number, and it was actually the right amount, maybe off by how many shekel?
1 maybe.
1 or 2, 3 shekel. Let's just go, we'll go larger. 1 or 2, 3 shekel. How much was it?
7,000 shekels.
Yeah, but it was a funny number.
No, it was definitely.
5,746 shekel. And you guessed a random number.
Yeah.
If it was 6,000, you said exactly 6,000, it would be a good story.
Yeah.
So you guessed it by 2 shekels. I said, what's pshat? So you said that you found that amount of money the night before, and you spent a couple of hours maybe looking for the owner on a Purim night. And you figured that since you're Mekayim the mitzvah, that Hashem will give it back to you some other way. And that was your shot. You're mechaven on the dot. And then somebody said, well, maybe the dollar went up a little bit or down a little bit, and that's why you're off by a shekel or 2. Okay, great. So now that you're here, what?
I mean, there's also news about another Maggid Shir.
Maggid Shir? Ooh, you're a Maggid Shir? Yiddish or English? Yiddish. Wow. Okay. Gewaldig. Now, so you should just know there's more people. We have our ways. There's people watching now live on Zoom, but on a regular shir, there's a few more people in the room, and it's more normal now. We don't have some of them shugayim that scream all these weird things in the middle. Okay. So a guy writes an email in Hebrew. We started getting a lot of emails now in Hebrew. His name is Moshe Chai. He said that he was in the biblical chazul, the Gan Tanachi, and he overheard one of the guys there that works there saying that there was a fight between 2 penguins. Who does the baby penguin belong to? And they were fighting, so the zoo saw that it's getting out of hand, they're going to kill this baby. So the zoo grabbed the baby, and it took a lot of effort to take a little penguin and bring it up. He said, Mamish reminded me of the sugya that there's 2 people fighting over the Kol Dal and Govar, and then a 3rd guy came and chapped the whole thing, and whether or not you have to. So anyway, Yeshkoyer Gadol. I'm 18 years old in Lakewood. In my yeshiva, they're busy learning biyun the whole day, and I need some time to learn quick and have ideas. So I listened to your share, and it was, so I listened to a share, not going to mention who, and it was way too dry, so I was looking for something more enhancing, more geschmack, until I found MDY. I actually looked very forward to say that every day. By the way, I never knew what's the halach in the case where I later walked straight into the doctor. I knew that it was rechilos. So he's talking about the zechus lashon hara. Continue to be married Torah. If you want, I will show you a picture of me for you to see that even very yeshivish people are watching every day. Here's a very yeshivish person. Okay, Rabbi Isai, we're going right into it. The Masechet sponsor for the safe and speedy return of all the hostages. Parnas HaChodesh. Therefore, shleima, Neftalí has been a hidden tzaddik in our generation. Paras HaChodesh, Linishmas Zechrya ben Moshe, Linishmas Zechrya bas Yosef. Paras HaYoim, as a Karsat for the Nesim I received from the Rebbeinu Shloim, no name. Paras HaYoim, Pinchas Kleerekoper. Linishmas, Avi Mori, Zev Shmuel ben Rav Yosef, Miishal. There's a lot of hard words here. Whose Yahzeit is today. And by Neal Shapiro, aka Sabba on his birthday today. We love you. Keep up the good work. Rabbi Yahzeit, we're holding Daf Yomi Beis, 5 lines from the bottom. Omar Rav Yehuda, Omar Rav. Says Rav Halacha, Yisrael Abom Machmas Akum, if a Jew buys a sada field or real estate from a guy, Harehu Ka'akum. So he has the same halacha as the guy. Ma'akum Meilo Chazaka. A guy doesn't benefit from chazaka. Why not? Why not? Because the guy sometimes uses force. So what good is it that it's chazaka? The Jew is scared to make him a chazaka doesn't work. A guy could only use a shtar, so too, when you purchase real estate from a guy, you're not privileged with the chazaka, you have to produce a shtar. So, if you know that this field was owned by a Jew, what are you doing buying it from a guy? It's his. If he shows you that he bought it, he has a shtar, okay. If we have Eidim, so yeah, if we know for a fact that this field was owned by this Jew, he saw that it was owned by him for a day, then we know that it's his. That one day is enough. Av Yisrael ba machmas akum elin chazok b'shtar omarov v'yoma Yisrael lididi omer liakum diminoch zavna mehemen daflav v'vav Amud Aleph. So this is interesting. The Gemara is going to take it away right away. But Rava says that if the Jew says that the guy told me I bought it from another Yid, he's believed. That's the Gemara doesn't make any sense. If the guy himself said I bought it from a Jew, we don't believe him. Why don't we believe him? Because he probably took it forcefully. Vilama Yisrael, right? We have all these houses in the old city owned by Arabs in the Jewish headquarters that the Arabs took during the war. That's it. But you're going to believe him that he bought it off a Yid? No. And if he says, the Jew says, I heard from the guy that bought it from the Yid. If the guy himself says I bought it from a Yid, we don't believe the guy. So how are you going to believe a Jew that heard from a guy that he bought it from a Yid? And that becomes a chazaka without a taina. Okay, that becomes a chazaka without a taina, yishkoyach, and it's not a chazaka. We know a chazaka has to have a taina. Chazaka means, I sat it for 3 years, yes, but I'll tell you how I got there. I got it because I bought it from somebody. I bought it from a Yid. You can't say, I bought it from a guy that bought it from a Yid. That doesn't work. That's not a taina. That's a shvacha taina, so the whole chazaka goes flying out the window. If the Jew says that it happened in front of me, that the guy bought it from the Jew, I saw a purchase. It wasn't forced. I saw the kinyan. I was there. I was present, and I saw that the Yid sold it to the guy. Oh, and then the guy sold it to me, Mehemen. You hear? The Yid is saying, the guy that's in the field right now is saying, I know how the guy got it. I was there. I saw him buy it. Then he's believed. Why? Because once if the Yid is lying that he bought it from the guy and he saw the whole purchase of the guy, the Yid could have lied a better lie. He could have said, I bought it directly from the other Jew, and look, I have Eidim that I was sitting here for 3 years, I have chazaka. So he's believed. That's what Rava meant to say. Magla, remember we had this before, almost. We almost had this. I'll remind you, here's the picture. No, my button is not working, but this one. The Magla is that saw, and Suvalia is the rope that he's hanging on. I don't know if you could see, we'll zoom in so you could see. There's a rope there, tied by his foot. Okay. We had this before in the Sugya. Remember Eliyahu? Is it the same thing as the Sugya before? Wrong. It's a good thing you came to this year. What's the difference? By the way, once we're talking about him, he took a faher on 1200 Daf Gemara, and he scored very, very nicely. Yeah. It looks the same, right? No, so read it again. Go to that Gemara over there and read it. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm wasting time there. That Gemara is talking about that the guy came and he took off the dates. This Gemara is saying they took off the tree. It's almost the same thing, but it's a little different. I'll take down the whole tree. That's a little mishuga. Take down a guy's tree, that's already chutzpah. I bought the tree from him, I need the wood now, I need firewood. Mehemen. He's believed. So just for that it was worth it, right? You went through this, you didn't pick it up. Good. A person is not chutzpahdik to cut down a tree that doesn't belong to him. It's the same lashon that we had in the other sugya where it says a person not a mechutzav. So I kind of showed it. I'll show it again. Some people saw it. Some people didn't see it. Yosef was kind enough to send it to me. Let's see. I hope this is the edited version. Here we go. A person, I said it in shir, and then I think in the edited version, Yosef threw it in, so I'm showing it during the shir for you guys, probably didn't see it. Person decided that he could get into any single place he wants to if he just holds a ladder in his hand. Here we go. The chutzpah of a person, when a person comes in with the tools, he comes in, I'm chopping down a tree, nobody says anything to him. Comes in with a zad. Today I read the email from a guy, he had a patch, he walked into the hospital, nobody, typically they would say, who are you, what guest are you? You're not, I'm not a guest. I own this hospital. Look, I even have a little patch on my shirt. So this is the idea. He goes into the train station. He's supposed to be blurring stuff out here. I guess he did not blur it out. Someone blurred out. That's a kid. Hold on. I don't want to do it over again. Yoshi said he's going to blur. Maybe put another video here. Here he goes on a boat. It's on a boat. And there's not a problem. Okay. And he goes into a fancy restaurant. That's gewaldig. Just walks into a restaurant. Who's going to say something to him? He belongs. He's going to change it. He has to fix the air conditioning. He just walks in. Anyways, the idea is that when a person has some sort of whatever. I remember from being a caterer, when I was in the kitchen, if a person had a chutzpah, stolz, he just walked into the kitchen and waiters couldn't say anything to him. But if a person starts looking around, he looks this way, that way, they pick up right away, it doesn't belong. Hey, sir, not in the kitchen, get out. They become, you have to come in with a certain, okay. Zog the Gemara. So again, what happened there? Rav Yehuda said that if you have the right tools, and you say, you don't even have to say, the Rishonim say, speak out, you don't have to say. It just means people understand that you're here to chop down a tree, you're here to take down the dates, then you're believed, but the reason is because nobody is chutzpahdik to chop down somebody else's tree. What they used to do is they had a wall around your field, and they had a little area, let's say 2 feet around the field, that was part of their field, but they would recess the fence inwards. So let's say you had a 50-foot field, so at 48 feet, you put a fence, and then you have 2 feet that's part of your property, but it's not fenced in. Why? So that animals, you could plant their stam, just throw some seeds down. Animals could come and eat from that food, and they hopefully won't break into your property. This guy, let's say he's a homeless guy, he comes and he starts eating, and he starts planting on those 2 feet. And there's no macha. There's certain situations where there's no macha. Why is there no macha? Because I don't feel like protesting when a guy is eating from the garbage. It's not. I don't even care about it. It's really for animals. Let the animals eat it. Let the homeless eat it. Just because you sat there doesn't make it yours. Here we have a nice picture just to give you an idea of what it could look like. Here we go. See, he's on the other side of the fence. He pitches a tent over there and he eats a little bit from the fruit. No, it's not the end of the world. It's not a chazaka. Aroidi is, I think the article translates it as wild animals. Aroidi is really like wild donkeys. Here we have aroids. This is a terrible video actually because it's very shaky. It can make you dizzy if you watch it. But anyway, I'll show you this one. This is a wall made for the donkey. I thought this is cool. That's donkey number 1, but it gets a little better. Donkey number 2, and now donkey number 3. It's a big chacham. All right, that's a megoyded aroidi. My timer. So if you make a chazaka over there on that side, it's not a chazaka my timer. Meima Omar. Called the Zora Nami aroidi achlilo. Let him plant over there. What do I care? He'll plant. He's not wasting his time because the animals are going to come and eat his stuff, so he didn't gain anything. Let's say a person does a chazaka of 3 years. One of the 3 years is the 3 years that it's asabana, the first 3 years of a crop, asabana, it's arla. And one of the 3 years, you sat there, you took the payroll and everything, not a chazaka. Why? Me, the owner, I don't care. Take whatever you want. It's also bad enough for me. So take. You do me a favor, maybe, cleaning up the property. If one of the 3 years is shmita, or you happen to be eating klayim, this is klayim when you plant wheat together with the grapes. Eino chazaka. It's not counted. Again, it's also for me to eat anyways. What do I care if somebody goes in there? If you go into a field and you eat, you take the wheat while it's still shachas, it's animal fodder, it's stam, 30 days, it's not even ripe, not a chazaka. If it's in the outskirts of Mechayza, one of the neighborhoods of Mechayza, they had a lot of animals. Have it chazaka. They need it. They need this animal food. It's chazaka. Omer Rav Nachman. Tafticha loy have it chazaka. If the ground is cracked, where is it? Oh, here. Givaldik. Here's a geschmacka cracked ground. What are you going to plant there already? What are you going to do with this? This is the worst of the worst. Okay? Desert. Lo have a chazaka. So a guy sat there. I'm not going to be moicha. Doesn't cause me any harm right now. So I'm not going to be moicha. The fact that you sat there for 3 years doesn't do anything. If it's one of these fields, apik koira v'ayil koira, you plant a certain amount and all you get out of it is that amount. Garnished. It's not worth my time to start protesting and getting to a fight with somebody. Lo have a chazaka. It's not a chazaka. Vahana debei Reish Galusa. We know throughout Shas, the Reish Galus, the head of the Galus, he had a lot of people that worked for him. These were usually like Leidegayers, people, not the best kind of people, tough guys. But the bottom line is, they can't make a chazaka because if they start up with you, what are you going to do? You're going to protest against the Reish Galusa, to throw you in jail, to beat you up. Like a guy, there's no chazaka with him. He can't do chazaka to you. He can't take over your field because you're scared of him. And you cannot take over his field. Why? Because he doesn't care. Go plow my field. Do whatever you want. At the end of the day, I'll take it. I'll take everything. You're working for free for me. I don't care. What's the worst? Worst comes to worst. You sat there for 3 years, sit there for 5 years. I'll take it right back. I have the Rish Gauls on my side. Rashbam sticks that in. First of all, he's happy. You're working his field. He has hundreds of acres, thousands of acres. So one Meshuggah decided to take a tractor and run it through and plow. Gewaldic. 2 years. I'm going to knock you out of there in a second. Thank you for helping me out. Now my field's good. What if I forget? 4 years, 5 years? Also not a problem. So you worked it. I'm going to kick you out in a second. So it's not a chazakah. So the Gemara, Va'o Avodim, says in the Mishnah, Eved, the slave, 3 years chazakah. Says Gemara, Avodim yesh lem chazakah, v'omer shlokish hagoydros. When it comes to animals, ein lem chazakah. So we know, mentioned in the Mishnah, if somebody holds on to metalton, let's see if I have this thing, I think I do. Oh, we have a klal in Shas. Chazakah kol ma shebiyadodom shalohu. This is mine. I don't need a 3-year chazakah. This is mine. Metalton is mine. So what about an animal? What about a human being? What about if I have a slave? If he's in my hands for 1 minute, it should be mine. Chazakah kol ma shebiyadodom shalohu. The Mishnah says no, slaves 3 years. Ask the Gemara, there's no chazakah at all on an animal. Seems like slaves should be like animals. Right? Because an animal, what do you mean chazakah? 3 years chazakah. It's not a chazakah. You're right. What I meant to say, there's no chazakah right away. There is a concept of 3-year chazakah on an animal as well. It's also for a slave. If this child, this baby slave that can't crawl, can't do anything, he's in a basket, how did it get to me? How did it get here? He doesn't walk. He's inside a car seat, whatever it is. If you don't know this mice, I'll say it anyway. For the new guys, maybe Eliyahu never heard it. Pesach night. It's already 1, 2 in the morning. Almost everybody in my family goes to sleep. Me and my brother are up. We're saying Shira Shirim. You know, the stuff that not a lot of people say. It's already after the Seder. We already said Chad Gadi, everything. Knock on the door. Knock. I thought maybe I'm hearing something. Who's going to knock at 2 in the morning? Lil Seder. Then, minute, 2 minutes go, knock again. Okay, this time it's for real. So I go to the door. I open up, I look around, I don't see it. I look down. There's a bassinet with a baby in it. So maybe somebody's trying to scam me. I take a look at the baby. It's alive and well. It's blinking at me. Blue eyes looking at me. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, I live in a corner, a pretty decent sized house. I figured, okay, some Meshuggah that I said these Meshuggah 10 times already today. Some guy drove by, said, you know, instead of throwing the baby in the garbage, I'll just give it to this house. He can take care of this baby. All these things are going through. It's Yontif. What am I going to do now? I'm going to walk to the police station with a baby. Like, what am I? This is what I need, 2 in the morning. So I bend down. I pick up the bassinet. And all of a sudden, this guy jumps out of a bush. He says, I got you. This guy, Jacobowski, from Lincolnwood. His father does the daf with us, Steve. He's a lawyer. His son, he tried to pull a prank on Leila Seder. Verstehst? Leila Seder. Good. So, he got it. Eliyahu, you know how to do it, Eliyahu? Yeah. Oh, he did it already. 2 seconds from the phone, Givaldic. Weiter. What?
You're not more bothered by the fact that you hadn't come up with that idea first.
I would not do it to someone in Lil Seder. On a Friday night, that's one thing. Lil Seder, I'm all serious, you know what I'm saying? Just so Eliyahu Navi. Says the Gemara. Shito. Okay, the kid can't walk, so it's your Eved. Letzricha disla ima. Shad is, there's a mother there. Maybe the mother brought him to that house. She's working there. Maybe she brought the kid there. Listen to this. A mother doesn't abandon her son. She wouldn't allow her son to go unsupervised for a few minutes like that. It's crazy. That's why, Avremi, we're going to do something we never did before. I'm looking around here. These guys are not going to help me, but you're going to help me. We're going to do solo. You ready? You have a good voice, and nobody ever sang from up there. I think it's a hecker. I'm going to be mevayish myself for this. You ready? Rachel, Rachel. Rabbi Isai, you can help me. Let's see if you could. Rachel mivako. Rachel mivako. Rachel mivako. Al boneo. Givaldik. Oh, better than when the whole room is full. I don't know why. Shkoyach Raki. Because I needed help. I could tell now. And now I didn't chop. Somebody's doing low harmony. That was you? Givaldik. Okay, so here's a question. I'll ask the Magichir without putting you on the spot. Who in Shas did his mother bring him in a basket to the Beis Medrash? You remember this, Reb Elio? Everybody knows the story. The mother brought the baby in a basket, in a harisa, in the stroller, to the Beis Medrash, and he used to learn Torah. And what does the Gemara say? Ashrei Yoladtoi, something like that. Huh? It is? It's a Gemara, I know from Gemara. Huh? Rabbi Yeshua, Zeir Shein. We have somebody. We have it all. We have singers, we have Kim. Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Yeshua, his mother, brought him to the Beis Medrash as a baby to listen to Torah, and that the Gemara says, in that zechus, he became a Talmud Chacham. He became Rabbi Yeshua. So first of all, you see this idea when people play the shiurim and the kids listen and they say, "Good morning," they say, It's not just they're listening to Torah. Instead, of course, a million times, a gazillion times better than the other shtusim that they could be listening to, the radio and everything. But you see this idea that Torah seeps into the kid. But another thing that I was thinking about, and it always shocks me, this thing. I was on a plane once when I went through the sugya, a fascinating thing, mamish, and I think it's negeh to everybody. It's learning from the goyim. There was one woman, look it up, I forgot her name already, one woman who is the chess master of the world. She was the greatest chess player in our generation. She just lived recently. She's still alive. I think she beat Bobby Fischer. There's never such a thing that a woman beat all the top men of the world. One woman. And what happened? Her father liked chess. He wanted her to be, I think, a tennis player. He taught her, kids, he saw Nish Gelungen. She's not good at tennis. So he switched it at about 6 years old. He's going to teach her chess. And he taught her moves and openings and zachin. And there's a whole Torah about it, how she was able to do it. Basically, the part of the brain that recognizes people, that's the best memory a person has. Because you see a person in a millisecond, oh, that's my son, that's my father, that's my friend. Besides Magid Shurim, that they have a very shvacha one. But regular people, they see people and in seconds, a millisecond, it's not a fraction of a second, it comes back to you. Try to remember a Gemara, it takes much longer than that. So she was able to memorize all these moves in that part of her brain. That's how they explain it. But what's the tachlis of the smaisa? That if you train a kid very young to know Torah, to know anything. Tiger Woods, when his father took him, he was 2 years old, taught him how to play golf, he became the greatest golf player. Not shot that he had the skills. You teach a kid, whatever you teach him, you decide what you want to teach him. I would teach him Torah. Teach him Shas at age 3, 4, 5. Like our Belza Chassid, the guy that knows Kol HaTorah Kula, he teaches his kids the little 3-year-olds come into the kollel and they tell you all the names of the Mesechtas and this and that. That's what's in their head. You can teach the kid anything. You want him to be the chess master. Golf. Bucking chas. It's doable. I don't think anybody will do it, but if you do it, you should know that it will work. Okay. One last thing. There's a gewaldige Maisa. I said this Maisa a few times. This is very negette here. A woman walks into a silver store holding a baby, crying baby, and she's shaking. Okay, she tells the owner of the store, the woman working there, she says, "I need a very, very nice tray for the baby's pidyon haben." So shows a bunch of trays. She says, oh, that's a nice one. Let me show it to my husband. She says, hold my baby. And I'm going to go outside, show my husband. The woman takes the baby. She goes outside, shows the husband. And then 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, the woman never comes back into the store. 15 minutes later, this woman, did anybody see my baby? What happened was, there was a stroller outside. She chopped the baby, ran inside the silver store, pretended it was her baby. She stole a baby. She kidnapped the baby to get a piece of silver. So, Reb Silverstein said that the lady from the store is not chayiv. The mother might be chayiv. How do you leave your baby like that? How do you let somebody chop? He said, klapi shmaya. In the beginning, I thought, wow, this is I can't even say over such a halacha, but maybe klapi shmaya. This is a chiyuv, not a real chiyuv. Okay. Says the Gemara, Ma'isa hani izi da'achlu chushlo ben harda. There are goats that went into somebody else's property and ate dry barley in harda. We even have a picture of it. Mamish this Ma'isa. Here we go.
Nobody would believe it.
No, it's the wrong one. I got to do this one. Here we go. It's in English.
Nobody would believe it.
40 goats on my lawn.
Until they saw it from multiple house cameras that caught it. It was late Saturday, early Sunday.
They were coming down the road right there, just really slowly, and just kind of chilled out right here.
40 goats broke from the herd that was grazing at a nearby development.
I think they ate a little bit from everybody's yard, all the way around the circle here. In fact, one of the guys was just on two legs eating my tree. It was pretty wild.
Naturally, a few yards were picked clean, including Garrett Pearsall's bushes.
Okay. Anyway, so that's video number one. So these goats ate up his front yard. Also, Mori chushla. He's upset that they ate his barley. Tafsinu. Here we even have a picture of that. Here you go. Oh, this is Tayish Chicha. I like Tafsinu. It's the wrong one. The kids they grabbed these goats. Here they are at the tractor. He took them. Eliyahu, you're going to come every day?
Oh, I hope this.
He saw. This is a bit tired, don't worry about it.
Now he knows why Leaky comes in.
Yeah, now he knows. So, what does it mean, kontayin tuba? Here, they're in the car. So, this is really for the next sugya, but I like it for this sugya. The guy says that these goats caused more damage than the actual produce. Than their actual worth. They ate $1,000 worth. They themselves are only worth $500. We'll give him. He'll be able to take those goats up till their own value of $500. Why? Because the owner of the barley could lie and say, these goats are mine. There's no chazaka on the goats. There is a chazaka. Why? Because goats you give to a shepherd. How did they get to you? If they got to you, obviously they're yours. Says Gemara, very interesting. Picture this. A bunch of goats just strolling down the street, and then they make a left turn, then a right, and they go straight 3 blocks, and they make another left, and they show up at the shepherd. That's how it was. I guess goats have enough brains. In the morning, the owner opens up the barn, they leave, they go all the way to the shepherd's house. And they come from all directions. The shepherd just sits at home, waits for them to come. They all show up at the same time. 25 goats from this guy, 10 goats from this guy, 300 goats from the other guy. So Maleichem Zevi Shupar, by the way, I should say, once Zevi reminded me, Rabbi Yaakov Rasner, he drove in this morning on a bus. He had a bus ride, an hour and a half each direction, went back home. He's back again, hour and a half each way. I guess Zevi Shupar also. Bus. Amazing. But he figured if I'm going to give 4 shiurim, you're going to come 4 times, 4 rides. You're doing harder than me. Boiko tzafra upanya. So what about these goats walking down the street by themselves without a shepherd? That's how it was done. At night, the shepherd just goes home. And then he says bye-bye to all the goats, and they all go back home by themselves. So what if somebody chops them off the street at that point? They're not being watched. There's a lot of Yishmaelim Ganovim. And they are delivered from hand to hand. There is no walking by yourself in Nahardah. If they walk by themselves for a minute, somebody's going to chop them off the street. It says in the pasuk, "V'anachnu amarisoy v'tzoyin yodai." Chofetz Chaim says he brought from the guy from Radin, what do you call it? The Balon. Anyway, he said that the pshat in the pasuk is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu tzoyin yodai. What's tzoyin yodai mean? That from this Gemara, he brings this Gemara. Miyoda liyoda mishalmi. It's from hand to hand. HaKadosh Baruch Hu protects us, watches us, like a shepherd that gives from hand to hand. In other words, every single thing that we do is b'hashgacha pratis. Every breath we take, every money we find on the street, every money we receive from a bonus, it's all hashgacha pratis. There's no, it almost happened, it was a coincidence. There's no coincidence. Miyad liyad, Hashem is here every step of the way, He's here. Zog the Gemara. So, in the Mishnah, we have we spoke about the 3 years, but if it's Zdei Abal, we could talk about Zdei Abal for a second. It's a field like this here. Beis HaShlachim is on the left. It's irrigated. You see all the irrigation channels. There's plenty of water. Stuff grows there all year round. So then you have to do a chazaka all year. You never know when the owner's going to come up. You have to be there. It's a constant work. But the guy on the left, I don't know what happened. I missed it. But not this one. This one. The one on the left depends on rainwater. There's no channels, nothing. So Mela, its crop is once a year. Once a year, you don't have to do full chazaka. You just have to do chazaka at that time of the year. So says the Gemara. So Rabbi Shmuel says 3 months here. If you want to see that, it goes like this: 3 months at the end of the first year, then the full second year, and 3 months at the beginning of. I jumped too fast, but you get it. Yeah, 3 months in the first year, 3 months in the last year. Rabbi Akiva says 1 month in the first year, 1 month in the last year, and the 12 months in the middle. Says Gemara Neal Ikebenayu. Interesting. We're going with Hebrew names now, Israeli names. Neal is an Israeli name. Neal. Near, it means to plow the field. Leiman Neal Ikebenayu. We're going to come up with another name soon. We're starting slow. Near Ikebenayu. Maybe the machlokes is whether to plow a field is a chazak or not. Or perhaps no, I have to plant it, I have to reap it, I have to have a whole produce here. Rabbi Shmuel saw a near loy have a chazaka. So that's why I need 3 full months of the 2 here. If we go back to here, you need 3 months in the first year because you need a full crop. And Rabbi Akiva says no, 1 year in the first year. Why? Rabbi Akiva saw a near have a chazaka. All I need to do is plow it. So what's the question going to be? Then what? I need a month. How long does it take to plow? How long? 1 day. Says the Gemara, but this brother Akiva my year chodesh 1 year full month. Lamivon days. How long are we going for? 41 minutes? 43 by me it says 41, but okay. 1 day should be enough to plow. Just get a nice large tractor and you'll plow. Ella the kule almanir loy have a chazaka. To plow, I'll do it. Don't worry about it, Yosef. The near is not a chazaka. The machlokes between Rabbi Akiva and Shmuel is: do you need a real crop from a real fruit that takes, wheat takes 3 months until it starts growing, until it finishes growing, or perhaps you could even use shachas. Shachas is nothing. How long does it take to do shachas here? We actually have a geschmack video of shachas. The Rashbam brings shachas. I'll show you. Here we go. Look at this. Gewaldig. You pour the seeds into the shelf. Look at this plastic shelf. There are a lot of seeds there. You make sure it's not too much. You put a little water, and look what starts growing immediately. There's a little artificial light. Boom. And what do you do with it? Check this out. Oy, cows. Gewaldig. They eat it. This is what they eat. Moridik. So, explains the sugya. Shachas, 30 days. Or vegetables, says the Rashbam. Oh, sponsor. So that's the machloikis. Sponsored by Yisrael Share Construction Management and Supervision and Life Share Community protecting families today before tomorrow's unexpected loss. And Kidnovations LLC in honor of my uncle Reb Elchanan Pressman and Fishel and zechus for Akiva Simcha Ben Fayga. That's my son who Beis Hashem, I'm going to visit him soon. If I get to America, I'll be flying to Los Angeles for a few days to see him. And Rivka Yehudit's bas Yafa Chayo. Zog the Gemara. Yeah. Oh, that is gewaldig. What do you say?
11:30 at night,
Okay, let's hear you. Put him on. Shalom Aleichem.
Good morning. Shalom Aleichem.
Hillel, you know this guy? Yeah. No way. Who is he? You're Hillel's brother. I didn't know. That's Ezra? Ah, Ezra, I didn't recognize you. Shalom Aleichem.
Really?
No, yeah. You know what? Because half your head is chopped off and whatever. You're not fully in the frame. And you're looking skinnier these days. Much better looking. Unbelievable. Oh, maybe you took off some of your beard. What's going on? I really didn't recognize him, seriously. Okay, good. So we have the two brothers. I want you to know I'm very impressed with Hill. For a few times already, he's doing chazara, and I ask a question, sure, he's the only one that knows the answer. A few times. Who's older, you or him? You're older. Your older brother. You should be proud of your older brother. And also, you should respect him. Okay, Reb Ezra. So you watch every day? You're on Zoom every day?
Not on Zoom. It's not a good time for me. But today.
How do you know that we're on now? You got a message or something?
Because I heard on the shir that it's going to be on.
Wait a minute. Is there anybody else in Zoom right now? How many? 8. You're one of the 8 from Australia. It's unbelievable. You see how small the world became? It's unbelievable. We have Mark Ashkenazi from Muncie, New York, from your place. Some of them are us. We have Yaakov Rasner. You have me. I'm on Zoom. Hello. Let's interview Yaakov Rasner. Please, do me a favor. I would love to interview him. Here, put Yaakov Rasner on. Yeah. Put him on right now. I got to interview him. This is going to be classic. Hello? Is he on? Where is he? I don't see him on the screen. Turn on your camera, Yaakov. Turn it on right now. This is going to be classic. This is crazy. It's a once-in-a-lifetime situation. No, I don't see you. Oh, you have a background. Here, put it in. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Yaakov, where are you now? Looks like you're in the Beis Medrash. What's going on over there?
There's this big white building in Ramat Beit Shemesh.
Unbelievable. So let me ask you, I've been meaning to ask you, and finally, Baruch Hashem, we have a chacham up there that put you on. Why do you watch the shir on Zoom when you're mamish live? What's pshat?
Pshat is because where I sit, it's easier to look ahead of me in front of my Gemara than lifting my head up to the screen.
You're being serious?
I'm being serious.
Oh, you're right here. Oh, wow. It's unbelievable. He's sitting in front of me. Now, Avrami, zoom out a little bit. Show where you're sitting so the Eilam chaps what's going on here. He's right. This is Yaakov Raza right here. Unbelievable. Okay, we're not going to have an answer. Rabbi said, you want an answer? We still don't have an answer. Why is he on Zoom every day? It's like a habit. Okay. Zog the Gemara. Is this your Rav Kav? I'll get it. Oh, hold on. We are in middle share here. Okay. Zog the Gemara. Tana Rabbanan. Near Enu Chazaka. Near, the guy near from Eretz Yisrael, near is not a chazaka. Near is to plow, not a chazaka. So now a big, that's all, the whole Amud is very, very simple. Some Tanoim say, if you plow 3 times, that's a chazaka. And the others say, no, you can't plow. You need to reap the fruit, you have to plant some wheat. Yeshoimrim is a chazaka. Man Yeshoimrim, Omer Av Chizdo Revachi, it's Revachi, the Tanya. Nora shana v'zara, shtayim. If he plowed once and he seeded it, how do you say? He planted the seeds. How do you say? You zaira twice, sowed it twice. Nora shtayim, or he plowed twice, zara v'shana. Ein chazaka. 2 and 1 not a chazaka. 1 and 2 not a chazaka. Revach oimer harezu chazaka. It is a chazaka. Now it's very important to see Tosfos here, because Tosfos says Nor Shtayim top Tosfos. Nor Shtayim zor shana achas loy nakadel mishum rebuzim bebachad. Afilu hacha have chazaka. Boy, the near dafka kegoin shenora v'zor v'nora. The only time it works to plow is not if you plow twice and seed once. It must be that it's every other year you're plowing and seeding, plowing and seeding. If you do 2 in a row of any of them, seed twice or plow twice, you ruin it. So it has to be plow, seed, plow. It doesn't say it in the Gemara, but that's Tosfos Chadash, that it has to be every other year, because if you do 1 year plow and 2 year seeding, then there's no reason for the guy to think that you're making a chazaka here. Nobody does it like that. The guy has to be concerned that you're trying to grab his field. If you act like a regular person, and we had that in the Gemara, some people give the field a rest. Okay, so you seeded, plowed, seed, that's normal. So then you should have made a mecha. Zod Gemara. Revach oimer rezu chazaka. Omer Rabashi. She'ilis kol g'doyle adar. I asked all the g'doylim. I'm sure that we could go somewhere with it, but I don't want to get into trouble. I asked all the g'doylim. And what did all the g'doylim say? They said, V'amali nir harei chazaka. It's good. To plow is a chazaka. Omer Rav Bibi, here we have another Hebrew name, an Israeli name. Omer le Rav Bibi, the Rav Nachman, my time at the Madam nir have a chazaka. Why is plowing a good chazaka? So the Gemara says, who in the right mind is going to let a tractor go do all this work in his field and he's not going to say a word? So the Gemara, and what would be the svara to say that it's not a good chazaka? Let every blade of that plow go into my ground and do as much as he wants. It's good for me. What do I care if he does it for free? What's the halacha? Is plowing chazaka? All the g'dolim said, Nir harei chazaka. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Rav Nachman bar Rav Chizda said this way, and Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says no. Rebusa lemichshav gavri. What? It's a big kunz. It's a big glick to bring a whole list of g'dolim. Harav and Shmuel beBavel. I'll give you the g'dolah adar. Rav and Shmuel. They were the g'dolah adar in Bavel. Rabbi Shmuel, Rabbi Akiva. Do we have a greater Tana than Rabbi Akiva in Eretz Yisrael? I'm near loya v'chazok. You tell me all the g'dolim said it's good. No, I'm giving you the g'dolah adar, and they're saying it's not good. Plowing is not a chazaka. Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Akiva Masnisini. That's in our Mishnah. This right over here. We don't even have to go anywhere. It's pashut. They say you need 3 months. It doesn't take 3 months to plow. If you need 3 months, that means plowing is not good. Even Rabbi Shmuel, he says 1 month. You don't need a month to plow. That we established before. It takes 1 day to plow. Rav Mayi, how do you see that Rav is masking to this? That plowing is not a chazaka. Don't Rabbi Yudom Rav. Zudiv Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Akiva. Rav brings chachamim, and this, by the way, where does it say chachamim? So the masber chachamim is the svar of Rava. What's the most famous svar of chazaka? The one that we stuck with. Well, how does chazaka work? Chazaka works that if you buy something, you keep your shtar for 3 years. After 3 years, you're not careful with it. Rava said this in Chachamim. He said, this is what Chachamim say. So you see that's what Chacham say. You need 3 years. What does it come to exclude? Obviously, it's saying that you need to do a chazaka every single day consecutively and not just plow it. Shmuel Ma'ir, where do you see Shmuel? Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel. Zudi Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Akiva. That if you have 3 types of, I think we have a shtickle picture of this. Maybe not. I thought I saw it here. Okay. What's this? Oh. This is near. This is gewaldig. They unfold this thing and they start plowing. No, how long does it take to plow with this machine? Few minutes. Okay, anyway. So, when it comes to, it's not enough that you have 3 types of, we showed this already, but why not? Hold on. You need to take down the dates 3 times. You need 3 times the grapes. 3 times the olives. When you have 3 seasons, then it's a chazaka. Says Gemara my Benaya, what's the difference between Rav and Shmuel? They both say 3 years. Omar Abaye dekel narei kebenayu. The nafkamina is when you have a very young palm tree, according to the first pshat in the Rishbam. So a young palm tree could produce 3 seasons of fruit in less than 3 years. So if you say you need shalish shanim, like Shmuel, Rav? Yeah, you're right. According to Rav, you need 3 years, no matter what. So even if you're able to get 3, how do you say? Yields. 3 yields in, let's say, 2.5 years. It's not enough, 3 yields. You need 3 full years. Another pshat that the Rishbam brings down is the Rebbe Elchanan, that this type of tree called the dekel naira is a type of tree. It doesn't mean it's young. It means that the dates fall off the tree by themselves. And b'meila, you're not doing a maisa. You're not taking the yield. You have nothing to do with the yield. The yield came down by itself. So according to Shmuel, you need 3 years plus to do an action. You have to take it out. According to Rav, no. It's enough. 3 years without the action. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day. Yishkar for coming on such short notice in the middle of the day like this. And Be'ezer Hashem, we should see Mashiach B'karev. I don't have to fly back and forth, and we won't have a war. V'chulu v'chulu. Givaldik a day.